I was doing it big all on my own. Gripping wood grain and riding on chrome. Sprinkling game everywhere that I go. All these wanted girls want above. I was old school riding, slamming my doors. Reclining, shining like a pimp's pose. Like they nothing but an EQ highs and lows. It's so EQ highs and lows. Your amount, what's in your account? Your crews are the newest out the south, so it's going down. I think you a hater if you can't see that I'm player with these people. Hey Scorpio, how you doing, baby? Texas honey, hey. How y'all doing? Hey ex-girl, hey Bianca and Angelica. Doing it big all on my own. I'm good. Hope all is well your way. Thank you. It is. It is. I can't complain. I've been hella busy though. So I don't want to take too long tonight because I got some readings to get done, some deadlines to meet. Also, house announcements. Okay. My website is on the way. It will be complete very, very soon. So for those of you guys who are looking to either just purchase readings, so on and so forth, I will have an actual site. It'll be a one-stop shop. You can go and place your orders there. We may even have merch coming soon. I'm just so excited. I'm really excited about that. That made my day. Doing it big all on my own. Hey, reflection and progression. And yeah, come on, join the family. Because I want to get to the point where I can go live on there the way that I do here. Because I know initially I was thinking maybe I should just stop doing YouTube lives. I won't do that. I won't do that because I realized that would be kind of unfair for a lot of just my YouTube subscribers. But if we get up to at least 100 Patreons, I'll definitely do lives on there. And we can cut the fuck up on there because I can say whatever the fuck I really want to say and listen to all the music in the world without copy strikes. So, hey, Amira the Great. Lilith. Oh, and thank you. Hey, Irrational Kiss. All right, so I don't want to take too long to get started. As y'all can see in the title, okay, we are here to talk about Tory, Mr. 5'3". I did not know that man was 5'3", y'all. How many of y'all knew he was a little petite, little nugget, a little bitty chicken nugget? That man a chicken nugget. He's only so little. He probably get kids meals. I don't know what. See, and that's the thing. Megan is 1 inch taller than me. I'm 5'9". And I just cannot wrap my mind around dating a man. And I think we've had this talk on one of my lives before. If you that small, if you're shorter than me, ain't shit you can do for me but tie my fucking shoes. You heard? That's it. That's it. Outside of that, I ain't got nothing for you, baby. Tori's so ugly to me. Okay, it ain't just me. Okay, shortstop. I'm just okay, but anyway. So, this ain't a gossip channels, but so I'm pretty sure y'all heard all the details, yada, yada. They ride in the car. Tory Lanez and Meg the Stallion, that is, and one of her best friends. They're gallivanting, I guess, through the Hollywood streets. And there are so many, not so many different stories, but there's still not like a really clear cut. Like, there's still a lot of speculation surrounding what happened, because initially it was reported that Megan's foot got cut up by a piece of glass following some gunshots being fired. And then she came out and said that, okay, this was a targeted act of violence against her, and she actually was shot twice, but she didn't confirm who did it. And so, I mean, it's only 3 motherfuckers in the car. So, you know, process of elimination. Then the best friend said she didn't do it. So now people are like, I don't think people want to believe that little bitty itty bitty is capable of, you know, trying to blow Meg's toenails off. But apparently, I mean, that's what she's saying. That's what the people around her are saying. And I just decided to take a look at Tory Lanez's chart. I literally have had zero reason to do so in the past, just because he's not somebody who interests me or is on my radar like that. You know, he got a few good songs here and there, but anyway, the findings were pretty spectacular. And by spectacular, I mean messy, bitch. In a very cosmic, esoteric kind of way. And I know you guys would appreciate checking it out and unpacking some of those details. Be sure you guys hit that thumbs up button rather on your way in for me, please. Pretty please. Gallop. Oh, I didn't even put that together. Scorpio forever galloping through the streets. And then Meg is the horse, the stallion. Oh. I bet he was trying hard. Short men, that Napoleon complex is real. It shot her in the foot. That's right, Lilith. I agree with that theory. It is sad. Yeah, it's messed up. That little man syndrome is serious. Not walk with a limp. Okay, so let's get into Tory Lanez. I would put up his natal chart, but I don't feel like it. But there are a few things that I wanted to touch on, okay? So Tory Lanez was born on July 27, 1992. We don't know the time, but we do know he was born in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. I'm like, what the fuck is a Brampton? But okay, he's Canadian. And I do remember like knowing that because people were talking about that in the past. And then at some point he had a little beef with Drake. I digress. Now, with him being born on the 27th, that number 27 breaks down to 9. And a lot of 9 prominent individuals have anger issues. These are people who can be very conflict driven. That number 9 is governed by Mars. So when you think 9, think Mars energy, think Aries energy, think impulsivity. These people can be hotheads. And then when you add in the factor of him being a Leo sun, which is another fire sign that can be very, Leo can be a very abusive sign, actually. So far, I'm not getting that he's just so incapable of being like this super violent, toxic motherfucker who's willing to shoot a bitch in her feet. You know what I mean? So, okay, that was already kind of like questionable. And then number 9 also deals with his love for guns, weaponry, firearms, etc. And it also points towards him, of course, in tandem with this Leo energy, being very full of himself, which is something that I'm kind of getting in his chart here. And to be quite honest with you guys, I'm no psychiatrist, psychologist, obviously. But I'm willing to take this a step further and say that this man got mental health issues. And not in a way where it's trying to minimize or justify his actions. He ain't normal, y'all. And I'm gonna let the case make itself. So his sun is at the 4th degree of Leo. Their number 4 is a very interesting number because it brings about a lot of instability. So this really is like a bad a bad component to throw into this already kind of volatile energy mixture here that we got going on, right? You got anger issues, you're impulsive, full of yourself, huge ego, and then you're unstable. My God. A lot of fours can have psychological problems. Okay. Now, on one hand, I will give it to him. This number 4 deals with him being a natural engineer. It deals with him being very unique and innovative in the way that he cultivates his music, which is, I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest Tory Lanez fan, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like the man is talented; he can do his thing, especially when it comes to recreating music and whatever. Okay, fine, but it ain't. That's not what we here for. Okay. That number 4 can also deal with him being or acting like a rebel. It can deal with him being very just, like I said, erratic, right? He can be very erratic and just strange and behave in a strange way. And it's kind of weird. Okay. So then you also have to take into account that his sun is conjunct his Chiron, y'all, at the 12th degree of Leo. And I would say sun conjunct Chiron is one of the most troubling aspects in terms of like when you're trying to identify a psychopath or somebody who just seriously has issues. These are people who can have deeply rooted trauma that they often play out. And the fact that he's a Leo makes it like 10 times worse, because this is like childhood trauma, issues that he's had to his own ego earlier in life, that a lot of people, the way they deal with that Chiron energy is they tend to overcompensate for it. And you could tell that like, that's what he does. You could just tell he overcompensates for his insecurities. And this could come off in a very textbook narcissistic kind of way. My man's might be like a whole psychopath here. Okay. That's just what it is. And not to mention that number 12 deals with victimization, sacrifice. These people can be incredibly, especially when you take into account sun conjunct Chiron in Leo, this can produce an incredibly violent person, especially when feeling powerless. These are people who are not above throwing temper tantrums, intimidating people. So shit, he might have been just trying to show her like, okay, well, if you leave me, because that's what the girls are saying. The girls are saying that he and Meg were in a romantic relationship. So given that premise is true or was true, right? He definitely strikes me as the type of guy with this configuration to try to intimidate a bitch if she ever wanted to leave. Like, it just is what it is. And like I said, they can be very abusive and resort to very childish tactics and antics in order to, they will throw fits. They will throw fits. And if that fit means, bitch, your pinky toe is coming off, well, then you know what? Do you know what? Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button for me on your way in. I see 43 people in the chat. And so I'm going to look at some of these comments and then we'll continue. Meg didn't fuck that man. Listen, I don't know. I'm going to go over their synastry and then y'all tell me. A serial killer natal chart reading series. Oh, maybe I will. Mercury and Scorpio. Thank you for the idea. You don't think it was serious, just something to do? Yeah. Meg will break them in half. Well, you know them little niggas got the biggest dicks. Meg needs therapy. She does. I agree. Okay. So there's that. Now, Tory Lanez also has a Gemini moon. Now, we don't know his exact time of birth. So, of course, that Gemini moon, the degree is, we can take that with a grain of salt. However, I'm using astrocharts.com. Shout out to Astro Charts. They're right most. of the time. Let me see. Do they put his timer? Yeah, they don't. But actually, I take that back. Because I use my own placeholder because I had to create this chart from scratch. So based on the placeholder that I'm using, his moon will be at the 27th degree of Gemini, conjunct his south node, which would absolutely reinforce him having mental health issues. Y'all also know who has this hookup? The Gemini south node? August Alsina. I'll rest my case. But yeah, a lot of Gemini south nodes can be they can suffer from mental disturbances. And I thought it was kind of interesting that a lot of Gemini south nodes also have very karmic relationships concerning vehicles. And the fact that they got like pulled out the car. Remember, as a matter of fact, this is taking me to my next finding. Tory is currently experiencing his inverse nodal return. Now, I've spoken on the inverse nodal return before, but basically it occurs at, I want to say maybe every 7 years, 8 years-ish of your life. But basically, at the age of 27, most of us will go through our lunar nodal inverse. Come here. My baby just woke up. Lay down. Just lay down. I got you. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, they will go through their inverse lunar nodal return. And what this does is it kind of exacerbates the effects or accelerates the effects, especially that are associated with your natal north node. So it can even unlock certain karmic events associated with both nodes. So in this case, transiting north node, right, which is at, I want to say still at the 29th degree of Gemini, is currently conjunct his south node and vice versa, right? With the transiting south node being conjunct his north node. So y'all see how that is happening? This Gemini south node is really beating people's ass. It's like for real. And I think this has a lot to do with his mental instability. I think this has a lot to do, even when you take a look at like some of the karma being unlocked with that Sagittarius North Node. You know, these are people who can experience issues with the law. Obviously, they went to jail. So these are, and when I say, because Sagittarius deals with the law, but it's not like, your local cop on the street handing out citations for running the red light. This is federal. This is some federal shit, okay? Gemini South nodes can find themselves in situations to where they're being judged before the law, before the courts, but also by public society. And take a look at what's happening with Tory right now, right? He's being judged on a public stage. His actions are being picked apart and scrutinized. Rightfully so. I don't necessarily feel bad for him because of it. But in this lifetime, he's supposed to be somebody who has to learn how to be more discerning with who he hangs out with. And I think, Megan, her issue is kind of similar, but I think that with him being that, a Sagittarius North Node, he is supposed to be a lot more mindful of the company he keeps. And he's supposed to be a very spiritual person too. And I feel like this situation is supposed to kind of accelerate that. So I wouldn't be surprised in the future if he turns to religion or if he becomes like this super spiritual Jada Pinkett Red Table Talk healing. I've got my healing like type of guy, possibly. Yeah, I don't know, possibly. But this could also even deal with him experiencing issues in terms of immigration. Because mind y'all, he ain't even from America. So you out here racking up felonies. And I heard word on the curb, this ain't his first one. So, because he was charged with that firearm, with having a firearm. So I mean, I'm going to stop for a minute and read the comments. Wait, 3 years. Huh? 3 years. Oh, yeah, the Gemini South Nodes. You guys, I'll keep you in my prayers because it's getting real. Okay. He shot her, LOL, and he's a felon. I believe. Kylie did that white voodoo magic. Oh, Lord. I wonder if Megan would be able to twerk on her knees. Natal chart reading request, Janelle Monáe. I do, Janelle. Meg just don't want to snitch. That's probably why yeah. Okay, so, there's more. Y'all thought I was done. No, my friends, there's more. Because like I said, I feel very confident when I say I feel like Tory Lanez is absolutely capable of shooting someone. He's very capable of being abusive. And more evidence to point towards that. His Venus is at the 16th degree of Leo, that number 16 deals with tragedy, catastrophe. There's that. It could also even deal with him dating famous women, him being kind of superficial and, his attraction to women, him dating women who can make him look good. But baby, that Venus is also conjunct Chiron. Okay, this shows that he has a naturally dysfunctional relationship with women. And a lot of it is rooted in power, because you also have to think about the fact that Meg is a Leo moon. Now, I don't know the exact degree of her moon because, of course, I don't know her time of birth. But even with it being in the same sign, Meg does have, and I think she's hold on, let me go over check. She's a Leo Mars as well. Her Mars is at the 21st degree. So her Mars is actually, conjunct his Venus. Her Mars is conjunct his Venus. So I say that to say, a lot of this relationship, be it friendship, be it whatever else, could definitely take on issues in terms of like the power dynamic. Right? With his Venus conjunct Chiron in Leo, this could deal with him being emasculated or him having a fear of being emasculated when it comes to women. Once again, this could also even deal with him just being flat out abusive. It just is what it is. Let me see what else. Then he has Venus squaring his Pluto. That Pluto at the 20th degree of Scorpio, retrograded. And that could even further reinforce him being someone who doesn't know how to handle his feelings. But that is a quintessential domestic abuse aspect. It just, like I said, it just is. It's going to be the the tagline for this reading, because I just shaking my head, y'all. It's kind of pathetic. His Venus is opposing his Saturn in Aquarius, which could deal with him and reinforce this idea of him having to be in relationships where each person is allowed to retain their own sense of identity. But obviously there could be an issue because of that. I also think too, because he has a very fragile ego, and Meg's sun, because remember she's an Aquarius sun, is opposing his Venus? Hold on, let me take a look. Meg's sun is actually opposed. I'm thirsty. You're thirsty? Okay, I'll get you something to drink. I'll get you some juice. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to give my baby some juice. She just woke up. But before I go, her Mercury is what I meant to say. Her Mercury, Meg's Mercury, that is, which is at the 5th degree of Aquarius, is opposing Tory Lanez sun. Okay, remember that 4th degree of Leo, that could absolutely deal with her not stroking his ego and her, being someone who is like, this whole, the energy within this relationship gives me, she kind of says what she wants to say. She's always going to do what she wants to do. And that kind of coldness, that matter of factness that kind of comes with that Aquarian energy can definitely bruise the ego, especially with someone who has an ego, fragile as he does. So, all right, y'all, give me just a second. Oh.
No flies can get in. Flies can get in.
Here you go.
We need more fly traps. They can get in. Are you sure it's not gonna get in my juice?
Yes, it's not. Okay. So I'm back. Is she desperate? Oh no. Babies always want juice when they get up. They do. I thirsty. My baby thirsty. Okay, so what was I on? Oh yeah, back to Tory Lanez. So basically, Venus conjunct Chiron, Venus square Pluto. Then he also has Mercury square Pluto, which can definitely make him controlling and overbearing, manipulative. Definitely enhances those abusive type of teas. So there's that. Now on to the synastry, specifically between Tory and Megan, right? Come here, sit here, baby. Go to sleep. You can lay down. But let me see. Some of the big points I wanted to touch on. Megan's Mars is squaring Tory's Pluto, which can, it could deal with a lot of tension, like sexual tension within the relationship. So I would not be surprised if that was the nature of their relationship. But it can also even point towards abuse. It just can. It can. It's actually one of the quintessential abuse aspects in synastry. So, her moon is also squaring his Pluto. And once again, even with her being a Leo moon, it further reinforces and reintroduces this theme of like power struggle. Leo moon women themselves can be the type of women who are prone towards being abusive themselves. These are women who like a certain level of control. So I could absolutely see how on one hand, they can have a lot of fun together, because you also got to think about that Leo energy is very playful. It's very, her Mars is at the 21st degree of Leo, retrograde. So that could even deal with her, because, Mars in a woman's chart does indicate the men that she attracts. So, that could even deal with them having that type of bond where they're, acting like two goofies and kidding and joking and whatever the case may be. But if tensions arise, that can be like a very catastrophic configuration going on. Because Megan doesn't give me I'm a back down type of tea. So maybe the only way he did have or he was able to have a leg up on her is to pop her in the pinky toe, I suppose. Let's see what else I wanted to point out. Oh, then and her Saturn is opposing his Jupiter. So her Saturn's at the 12th degree of Pisces. There goes that number 12 again, victimization, sacrifice. But that Saturn in Pisces can bring about injuries to the feet. Thought that was kind of interesting, huh? In opposition to her, to Taurus rather, Jupiter at the 14th degree of Virgo. Yeah, and I think this could even deal with him viewing her to be like, I don't know if he was helping her in some type of way or if she was helping him. But this could also, I'm kind of even getting like, this could deal with him. I don't know if he was trying to keep her in the car, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, it gives me, because that Saturn Pisces energy can manifest in being held against your will. So in opposition to this Jupiter, to Taurus Jupiter and Virgo, I'm wondering if he was trying to keep her in the car, like against her, like literally against her will. Because she said she was, or that's what people are saying. She was trying to get out the car and whatever the case may be. Okay. So, and in terms of them having like this secret relationship, I could see that. And the reason why I say I could see that is because, excuse me, Meg's Venus is forming a quincunx to his Chiron. So her Venus at the 11th degree of Capricorn forming a quincunx to his Chiron at the 12th degree of Leo. And you can look at that as them having to navigate around her reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like them having to have said love affair or, fling or whatever entanglement away from like the public eye or out of consideration for her brand. I don't know how good this is for her brand, but whatever. Pisces does rule the feet. Yes. Yes. Y'all be sure to hit that thumbs up button while you're here. Hit the thumbs up. And then I'm going to move on to Nick Cannon, and then we'll go ahead and close on out. Because like I said, I don't want to be on here for a long time tonight. This is more like a drive-by. Normally we do like house parties and like we kicking it, but tonight's going to be a bit of a drive-by. And I'm sure this will be great for the people rewatching this or watching the replay because y'all don't have to parse through about 2 hours of live stream. But I'll still include the timestamps. So anyway, so let's get these likes up and I can go ahead and start on Nick Cannon. It's 58 people in the chat. Let's go ahead and get these likes up and I'll go ahead and start on Nick Cannon. You bruise egos a lot. Okay, come on, Aquarius Moon. Hey, KP. I just heard that. I'm thirsty. That was cute as hell. Don't do it on purpose. I just don't be having time to cater to men that way. Because y'all need to check your egos at the front. Okay? I mean, man, fuck money back turtle looking. Well, you know what? I think that relationship was a business relationship, Lilith. Did you see the video I did on it? I mean, I don't think he probably just had a nice vibe. Height never. Wait, height don't matter to you? Height don't matter to you, Sailor? Well, I don't even know how you, like, you must not be tall. Because only people who not tall can say that. Baby, yeah, okay. All right there. Well, finna get exposed. I heard they've been in a relationship for 8 months. Narcissistic first personality is usually hella charming. I'm having a hard time seeing Napoleon riding the listen. I'm sure I am under no illusion that I can't even say what I want to say because I got my baby up under me right now. Oh yeah, the plutonic relationship. Queen Lovely mentioned about her feet too. She did. Zane. Hi, Shar. Is Tory Caribbean because a lot of them are extremely. He could be. Once again, he is a Sagittarius North Node. So, whoa. Who gave me a thumbs up? Girl, I don't even like using the word hater. But that's what the button is for. Y'all like it if you like it. Don't like it if you don't like it. Either way, I'm gonna sleep real good at night. I promise you. It was for publicity. Yeah. Not down bad for the thumbs down. It's a lot of people down bad though. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I like Tommy. Yeah, me too, Avis. You starting to like Tommy? Okay. Let's get these likes up, y'all. It's 60 people in the chat. And then I'll go ahead and start with Nick Cannon. Actually, I take that back. I think I am going to go ahead and leave this. I'm going to edit the title. And we're just going to leave this with Meg and Tory. Okay? And if you want to catch the Nick Cannon one, I'll probably put that on Patreon. Now that I'm thinking about it. That'll probably be the best way to do that. So, I am going to skim through the chat one more again. What Nick Cannon even said, I haven't seen the video. At least they click okay. Just go white him and his soon to be baby. Ooh. Okay. So what happened? What had happened was people are saying that he did a radio show. I guess he has a podcast. Everybody has a podcast, okay? And he invited Dr. Greg, or no, that's not the man name, Lord. Is it Dr. Griff? Okay, some man who was in Public Enemy, who's a Hotep, and they were talking about Hotep activities, Hotep things. He wasn't necessarily wrong. I don't really like Hoteps, nor do I agree with all of their rhetoric, but the whole concept of describing that white people are evil, that's a fact. They were just explaining that white people were barbaric and blah, 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 blah. And then Nick Cannon said black people are the real Jews. Now I don't really have an opinion on that one way or the other because that's something that I've heard before, but I'm agnostic and I don't believe in their religion. So, I never understood the part or like the point in arguing about fairy tales. So, yeah. And then everybody talking about something, oh yeah, Nick, we got you, Nick, we got your back. And then y'all had that man back and he went in and said sorry. Renege, just like a nigga. Motherfucking nigga. Good night, Mercury and Scorpio. We was 88 kid flash said we was kings. That's exactly how they be talking. We was kings and queens, y'all. My good brother, why would you eat? Why would you pour milk in your cereal? Do you know that milk is white? Like I said, I don't really too much care for hoteps because the truth of the matter is they don't want equality. They just want to take their turn. Like they want their turn at supremacy. And not to sound like Tory Cruz or Terry Crews, whatever that man's name is. Let's be very clear. Black supremacy is not a thing. But my point is, when it comes to hoteps, that probably is what they want, in the sense that they don't care about anyone except for heterosexual Black men. So then you have all the other subcategories of Black people go mistreated. I mean, listen to every hotep in his view on women. Listen to every, like, if he's not, like, they'll do this like, oh, you're a queen, Black woman is the queen, but they still are very traditional. They're very conservative in a lot of ways. They're actually very, if you ask me, a lot more similar to the alt. I'm not gonna say alt right because I don't want to compare ideologies here at all. But in terms of like conservatism and values outside of race, they do have a lot of like, you know, right leaning views and beliefs. Like, you know, the right wing don't like gay people either. They don't like, you know what I'm saying? So they don't really care about women. So it's just kind of, it's weird. It's weird. It's just a little weird thing going on with me. The only thing I agree with them on is the premise of white people being evil. Because to me, that's just kind of like historically correct. But whatever. Not my fight. Okay, so with that being said, like I said, I'll go ahead and upload the Nick Cannon video. It's just a really quick, comprehensive natal chart reading. I'll upload that to Patreon. So if you are a part of the family, be sure to be on the lookout for that. If not, after I post this video, I'll be sure to include all of that information in the description. And thank you guys for joining me. And y'all have a good night. Bye.